Welcome back to the Casting Cost cEDH podcast. I'm Blake.
I'm Chase, and today we're covering one of the events from this past weekend. Now, we don't know which event that we're covering, because right now, as we sit here in this moment, I feel like we're kind of torn between which one we want to cover. Okay? So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go back to our old game that we do from time to time on the podcast, where typically I lose. So the way this is going to work is if Blake wins, we're going to cover the top 16 from Why the Fuck July in cEDH 5K. If I win, we're going to cover the New Jersey cEDH Presents Sinkhole.
That's funny that you did that. That's really good.
Okay?
Okay, yeah.
So here we go. On shoot.
I think I know what I'm going with.
Let it all out. Okay.
Damn
Oh! I'm not ready. Okay, ready.
No!
Yeah!
No!
Yeah! Yes! Finally! Fuck you! Finally!
Welcome back to the cast. That's not making it in. No.
All right.
Undefeated. No.
Defeat.
Fuck. I don't even want to cover an event.
Oh my God. So, all right. So we are going to cover the top 16 from the New Jersey cEDH Presents Sinkhole. This was a 78-player event that took place at the time of this recording yesterday, but on Sunday, July 20th, 2025. All right. That was fun, but let's begin. Our very first person we're going to be talking about.
I think I would have rather punted in the finals of a big event than do that.
Fair enough.
I'm so sad.
We have Kevin, I'm going to say Punj, with 1 win, 2 losses, and 3 draws on Kenan Bonder Prodigy.
Hey.
Yeah.
I do like the inclusion of the walking ballista. We've talked about that before, like just having that for sure finisher.
I like it. I think it's good. I think that, Kenan does have a little bit more of a for sure finishers. Yeah. But I think Walking Ballista is really good in the 99. I think the Sylvan Caryatid's interesting.
Yeah. Sean's actually on this version. Or like he's on this card, I mean.
Okay.
From our local scene. And I think it's fine. It is a very interesting card. He's on like the Glenolindra and like the other creature, like some of the creature counter type things. He's still on like some of the big creatures like the Wandering Archaic. I didn't see Void Runner.
I don't see the Void Runner in this. I feel like where we've seen this shift in Kenan, most pilots have been off of both of them, but I feel like if you are going to be on one over the other, I feel like the Wandering Archaic is kind of better, and just from a very generalized perspective. Just because there's going to be a lot of times you're going to catch people in situations where they can't pay, whether that's for counter spells or demonic tutor or anything like that. So I still think Wandering Archaic and Kenan is good. I like that they're on the Thorn Mammoth here. I've mentioned before, for some reason, this is just a hard card to find. I like it. I would put it in my Kenan build if I could find it. So yeah, that looks pretty good. I'm looking at the sorceries now. They're doing Transmute and Fabricate, which seems to be like, it feels like most Kenan pilots have gone one or just one, like tutor up a artifact spell, but they're choosing to do both. I think that's perfectly fine. I'm trying to look and see. I feel like it's actually a lot lower on the instances and some of the interaction than what we've seen here recently from Kenan decks.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. So I'm assuming then with having the Wandering Archaic, the High Fae, the Nyx Bloom, Nezahal, Hullbreaker, Tidesprout, Thorn Mammoth, this is a build that's trying to prioritize the Kenan flips over anything else. And I think we see that even within the artifacts, because I don't think we typically see a Paradise Mantle in Kenan. So that's an interesting include. But again, I think that speaks volumes to they're trying to focus more on dropping a bunch of mana, producing as much as we can, and being able to flip into some of that stuff for our value. If we're on the Walking Ballista, you might as well include the Agatha Soul Cauldron. I think that's great.
Yeah.
I like it in my Kinnan build, so I think that's cool. Looking at the enchantments, they are taking some tech from some of the other Kinnan pilots as far as including the Mirror Maid and the copy artifacts, but not as heavy on the copy enchantment type effects that we've been seeing, but doubling down on the Freed from the Real and the Penum's Aura ability in order to like just go infinite with, you know, whatever creature you need to, basically. Seems good. And almost looks a little lower on our land count. Did you see that?
24, yeah.
We're on 24 lands. I'm used to seeing like 26 or 27, but yeah, a little bit lower on our lands. I don't think you typically see an Inventor's Fair in Kinnan, but I don't think that's bad because you can actually tutor out your Basalt Monolith or whatever you need. Manamo being able to untap Cradle. I think that's kind of an interesting include because I don't think you really see that at times in Kinnan. They're not on Boro, are they?
I didn't think so.
No. They're on all the pieces that they could do if they wanted to do the Boro Breeze color line, but and I've even thought about testing that line out myself within Kinnan, but yeah, looks like Kinnan.
Yep.
Looks like Kinnan. That's it. You ready?
Kinnan and Cats.
All right. Congrats, Kevin, on 16th place. In 15th place, with a name that I will unfortunately butcher, I'm going to say it's Paolo Del Vi. Sure, that's what we're going with today. In 15th place, with a record of 1 win, 1 loss, and 4 draws, we have him on Yuriko, the Tiger's Shadow. I know that you are passionate about this deck.
I'm looking for one. Okay, never mind. I don't like this version. Continue.
How come you don't like this?
I was just looking to see if they were on the Shadow of Mortality, and once I saw it, I was like, oh.
Yep. So a lot.
I mean, I'm not gonna hate. Good on them, you know, but
they did well with it. I mean, it looks to me, from what I can tell, it's pretty straightforward Yuriko. A lot of low to the ground creatures to be able to Commander Ninjutsu, or even with some of the creatures in the 99, be able to Ninjutsu into play and get multiple triggers on things. You said there's Shadow of Mortality in here. I also see the Temporal Trespass, the Sea Gates Restoration, being able to find ways to kind of manipulate the top of the deck and put those on top, and be able to do big flips in order to hit the table and make yourself the biggest threat there. So now, are Yuriko pilots really on Bloodchief Ascension? Is that something that
not normally to my knowledge, but that's interesting. Maybe. I mean, I don't see it a ton, but I mean, I guess it just seems kind of odd because, I mean, if you're relying on the Yuriko damage to be the thing, like typically that's not going to be enough damage to trigger the Bloodchief Ascension. Bloodchief Ascension is it's really good in Italian, but other than that, man, it's really hard to get the counters and stuff on the Bloodchief Ascensions. I don't know about it.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it makes sense now that I'm thinking about it. Like 1 damage from the Yuriko, and then if you flip something into it, then you deal another damage, and then it puts a counter on it. But that's kind of slow rate.
Yeah. I guess if anything, it is kind of a way of like, 1, keeping some of your opponents in check if you have a down early game. But 2, you're flipping so much off the top and hitting people for big with some of these spells that you can very quickly just you turn yourself to the threat of the table. I can almost see Bloodchief as a way of like, hey, even though I'm the threat here, I'm just going to get this like coincidental damage through with the Bloodchief Ascension and start burning you all out even more because of that. So maybe that's kind of a reason for an include there, but I don't think we've seen Yuriko in the top 16 for a while. So, yep. I don't have anything else. Do you? All right. Congrats on 15th place here. All right. In 14th place, we have, I'm going to say, Jorman Antigua on TNT, Timna Thrasios, with 1 win, 1 loss, and 4 draws.
Yeah. This looks like the the good creature, devoted druid, Hazel's like just type
Mm-hmm.
of version. It's I know some decks have switched to the Aboro line, so this doesn't look like that. It just looks like your typical like good package with like clever impersonator and like other just good cards like in this color, if that makes sense.
No, I definitely agree with that. I do think what is interesting, there are a couple of includes, especially in the creatures. So
Yep.
Biomancer's Familiar is not typically something you see in TNT, but is probably taking from some of those Turbo Cradle decks as tech pieces um, to include that and be able to reduce your cost on the Thrasios activations.
Hmm.
I don't see anything else that would need.
I feel like I normally see Biomancer's Familiar, and maybe I'm just crazy.
I feel like that's like a newer include for,
Really?
yeah. For decks then. A little bit higher on like the Neoform Eldritch Evolution type effects. Scheming Symmetry, that
Yeah.
one is interesting.
Paired
Especially
with the,
since that we haven't really seen that as a card outside of Glarb, I feel like, especially with Travis playing in our local meta.
yeah, I mean, I think that this is a deck that can take advantage of it if you have it plus Oppo. It essentially just wins the game because you can go get both of the pieces that you need. Worst case scenario, you put the card on top of your library, but if you Thrasios, you can just get it immediately.
Yep.
So like, I don't think that that's a bad include either.
No.
Um,
Kind of higher on some of our creature tutors, it looks like, with the Eladamri's call and the Corda calling. They're on Trickbind.
nice.
That's kind of cool. Playing Snuff Out, which I think, and Commandeer and Misdirection, which I think is all fine in TNT build because you're not typically going to be playing ad nause in these builds, so you can kind of afford to have some of these extra pieces of interaction that can be cast for free or whatever at a reduced cost, so you're not going to be super punished by that. Really, really low on artifact count.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I feel like that's really low on the artifact count.
Yeah, it just looks like they're opting not to run any of like the talismans, not running the impersonator or anything like that. They're not on like the basalt plan. Are they on Kennen in the 99? I don't know if we noticed that or not.
No.
No Kennen.
No
So, yeah.
Kennen. Wow.
Yep. So no basalt plan there. So yeah, I mean you're right. It is kind of low in that regard, but yeah.
Having training grounds here doubled up on the Biomancer Familiar type effects. Maybe just trying to go heavy into the Thrasios plan here and being able to just get multiple activations in a turn, so that way you're kind of securing whatever you need to, and you're just digging and digging and digging until you hit pieces you need.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit different from some of our TNT lists that we've seen or played in the past, but I mean, obviously they did okay if they came in 14th place. So,
yeah.
All right, congrats on 14th place here. All right, in 13th place, we have Patrick M. on Kefka Court Mage with, again, 1 win, 1 loss, and 4 draws. Let's take a look at this Kefka list. I know that this is going to be here, and then Busy is going to be like, Kefka!
Yeah. Tiny Bones.
Seeing Tiny Bones in this, that's kind of cool. We have Vivi here in the 99 Deadpool there.
Yeah.
The Malevolent Hermit, which I feel like that's something that is starting to see a lot more play across other decks as well.
Yeah. Dalthy is a card that I've been seeing more and more decks like cut.
Really? Well, I mean, we've seen it be cut for a little bit. It's interesting that they're on it.
That's what I mean. It's been getting cut, so it's kind of interesting that they are choosing to run it. I guess it makes sense. I mean, you're forcing your opponents to discard cards.
Yeah.
So it's like, why not just get access to those cards on top of that? It's just like extra value.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't blame that.
They're really high on interaction. So it almost leads me to kind of believe this is kind of a build that whenever we were putting out videos on the channel and we had Kefka play and things like that, I remember Gold Sabretooth making a comment about his build for Kefka was much more centered around Displacer Kitten and getting the multiple triggers that way. So I could see that as that's what this is as well, because we're really kind of low on our creatures or what we could have as options as creatures in this build. And then we're somewhat high on our sorceries with a lot of tutors, reanimation effects. We're seeing the displacement wave here again. We don't see the filter out unless that's not a sorcery and it's an instant. Nope, not seeing filter out.
They are on the Essence Flux though.
Yeah, to be able to flicker the Kefka. 2 wheel effects in here. I think Mnemonic Betrayal could go really hard in this deck, just as you force people to discard a bunch of shit and then cast it for Really high on our interaction.
Yep. They are on retraction helix too.
I just saw that, being able to opt for the retraction helix, so that way, I mean, I'm sure you could get to a point where, especially if it's your turn, you do the Valley Flood Caller retraction helix stuff, make infinite mana, start flickering Kefka at some point, doing what you need to with that. So I mean, that's pretty cool.
It's like a high artifact count, which is good.
Yeah, even opting to include the imposter mech, I wonder if they are doing that as a value piece or another way of just copying Kefka and then getting another trigger.
Well, does have to be an opponent's Kefka.
Oh, it does. Okay, so never mind. It's probably there to copy like a bowmaster or something, so that way, whenever you can kill the bowmaster, and then like be able to continue doing triggers with Kefka, and you're drawing all those cards, so that way you're not dying off of it. So that's fine. I think that's good. They have 2 talismans there in the 99. I think we've either seen like most pilots like opting for one or none of them here recently, but I think that's probably fine. No necropotence.
Yeah, I think that just watching the video where Logan and Bitsy were talking about it, I could definitely see like the desire to like want to cut stuff like necropotence. Like this isn't run like a typical like Rogsai Grixis list.
Yeah.
You're just running it more of, again, like the slower value like Grixis-y shell with like a way to just be stripping cards and stuff from people's hands and like accrue value over time. So I think it makes sense to not put those cards in that just force you to be like, convert right now or you lose.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yep. And then
Land package seems fine.
Yep.
Cavern of Souls, name wizard, do things. All right. Yeah. Congrats to Patrick on 13th place with Kefka. In 12th place, we have Kai Powell on Noctis, Prince of Lucci, with 2 wins and 4 losses. Oh, Rob Lucci.
Dude, very low creature count. Like extremely low.
What?
Yeah, no Ranger Captain on the Esper Sentinel, Grand Abolisher, Lotho. But yeah, no Ranger Captain. They're on the Ethereum Sculptor.
Wow.
What is this card? The Arcane Proxy. Casts different mana. When this creature enters, if you cast it, exile target instant source card with mana value less than or equal to its creature power from your graveyard. Copy that card. You may cast the copy without paying its mana cost. That's very interesting.
Yeah, and it's still really low because you can either cast it for the prototype or you can cast it for the 7 CMC.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Going heavy into tutoring out, like between the reshape, the transmute, the probably even beseech, probably trying to get the Aetherflux out with those, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
I know we haven't gotten down there yet.
Yeah, but no Imperial Seal.
That's probably okay.
I think so.
Okay. Yeah, because I think this is about to explain it. Whenever they are looking for, like, they have Brain Freeze, they have Consider. Let's see if they have Otherworldly Gaze, Thought Scour. So rather than trying to tutor out things like that, they're just going for all these instant speed, like draw, look at more cards. Mill herself out.
But then why would you not run it to just, you could put it on top and then immediately get whatever you were looking for to hand? I just think that's kind of,
it's definitely interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm curious.
Well, it's, if I had to guess, probably because it's a tutor that, even though it does force you to put things on top, this is a deck that you don't really want things in your library to begin with. So they're probably opting to include pieces that, rather than it just being putting it on top, they can look, and then if there's a piece there, like with the Thought Scour, or what does it Consider? Yeah, like with Consider in particular, like if you look at the top card, oh, that's a card that I need. It's a combo piece. I'm just going to go ahead and put it in the graveyard, and I'm going to draw the next card, because then you can still, you get 2 cards off of it for the price of 1 blue.
Yeah.
Is what my guess with some of that would be. I think this pull from Eternity is kind of spicy to include in here. Put target face-up card that's removed from the game into owner's graveyard. So if something gets removed with the finality counter on it, you just get it back.
That's funny.
That's kind of spicy to see there. He's on both Intuition and Gifts Ungiven. Bunch of artifacts, right? We are in 28 artifacts. This is interesting. if you go down a little bit more, they're on Time Sieve.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think that makes sense. Just being able to like put a lot of your little like the zero drop, like the baubles and like some of these other little artifacts.
Like pay 15 life and then take an extra turn, basically.
Yeah.
Huh. That's neat.
Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. That's interesting.
So yeah, I mean, looks like Grinding Station Loops, the Aetherflux Reservoir, Ballis's Citadel, we're on top. Obviously, with the Aetherflux, we got the Mox Diamond still, so we got that combo going. Not trying to go too deep, and doesn't look like he's including like Subtlety or not Subtlety, Solemnity,
Yeah.
or like things like that. So, or I didn't see Vexing Bauble. Is that one in there? Because we had talked about that one before. It is. Okay, so that's another way of being able to continue that line as far as having the Vexing Bauble counter any of your zero drops. So that way you can continue to cast them and they won't have the finality counter on it. So yeah.
Yep. It is a cool list though.
Cool list. All right, congrats to Kai on 12th place. All right, in 11th place, we have Jake McMillan on Ral Monsoon Mage with 2 wins, 3 losses, and 1 draw. What we got here?
It looks
like a Ral list.
Yeah, I don't know why Steam Kiln puts in work in this deck, dude.
I bet Vivi does too.
Vivi does for sure. Did this deck just go so fast? I am curious. How many lands is this deck?
Probably about 14.
I think so. They're around 17.
Oh,
17.
So it's high for
Ral. The other decks that I was playing against at the tournament, they were both on 17, I think. So maybe that's just become like the new standard, I guess, for Ral. It's like 17 is probably makes sense.
Maybe it still looks like they are including some MDFCs, so they're on the Shatter Skull Smashing and the Seagate Restoration.
Yeah.
Let me see, and the Sink of the
Super.
Super. So technically speaking, they're on 20.
Okay.
Lands. That seems right. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. I mean, this is it go fast?
Yeah.
Just go fast.
Just draw a card, dig deeper, exile stuff, cast it, make mana, keep going.
You go sit there, play Solitaire for a little bit.
Yeah. Ral is really fast, dude. This deck can consistently put up wins on turn 2, so it's very turn 2, turn 3, so it's very, very interesting.
And they are also on Radstorm.
Oh, that's cool. Where am I at? I'm missing it.
Huh. So hold on. If they are on Radstorm, I would have to guess they're on something to give people Infect. Is this the same build that was at Through the Decades?
I don't think so. Oh yeah, prologue to Furry says each point is opposing counter.
Okay, so yeah,
that card's funny.
So yeah, so basically in this version, this version of the deck, Prolonged Pheresis gives each of your opponents a poison counter, and you get to draw a card for 2 at instant speed, and then you continue storming off and generating a bunch of mana, and you cast Radstorm and kill your opponents with Infect.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
this deck is neat. Ral's just cool, man. I think it's a neat deck.
It's definitely one that would hurt my brain a little bit to try to play. But I do think that is a very interesting line to play in this deck. I mean, apparently it does well. So
it does well.
Yeah. I think that's some tech for Ral that like would really catch people off guard. Is just, oh, we get a poison counter, yay! And then all of a sudden, oh, we're all at 10 poison counters. Not so yay. So
yeah, on the grape shot, it looks like it's another potential finisher too.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I mean the deck's cool.
Yep.
You got anything else you want to say?
I have nothing else. Congrats on 11th place, Jake. All right. So in 10th place, we have Tim Cicino. I hope that's how I pronounce it. I'm gonna assume that it is. On Joyra, Weatherlight Captain, 2 wins, 3 losses, and 1 draw. Joyra is not the true Weatherlight Captain. I take offense.
That's so funny, dude.
Okay, so let's see what we're looking at and dealing with here.
Yeah, it looks like right now in the creatures, it's just a lot of extra payoffs for like if you cast your artifacts, like the historic stuff.
Yep.
Like the Darcy to like potentially bend some Like if you have lands on top, be able to bend them and then draw into more artifacts.
Same thing with the Artificer's Assistant there.
Yeah, the Riddle Smith to get you extra cards.
Now, looking at the Reality Chip, the Foundry Inspector, and the Ethereum Sculptor, I think it's safe to go on ahead and assume that we're looking at Sensei's Top,
Yes.
and probably Aetherflux, and maybe even Mystic Forge to kind of double down on the Foundry or the Reality Chip effect here.
One of the cool things, I don't know if you've gotten down that far yet, but they're also on Displacement Wave. So be able to bounce all your zeros
and just keep recasting and draw more stuff. I like it. I like it. Spicy. I think it's interesting that Time Twister is the one wheel that they opted for. I don't know. Just interesting that that's there.
I think that it makes sense, I guess, because like you're like worst case scenario, I would say like one of the issues this deck may honestly run into is potentially like decking itself out.
Okay.
I don't know that it would, but it is a force draw, so you will have to draw the card. So maybe they're just trying to like throw it back in and then continue like a loop if they absolutely have to. I do like Retract. That's pretty sick.
What is it?
Retract.
Oh yeah. Well, that's not the only effect like that in here. So they're on Retract. They're also on Harkill's Recall, which is pretty much the same thing. So yeah,
Filter
for 2, being able to all artifacts in play return to their owner.
Yep, rebuild as well. Filter out. Yep.
That's cool. Bunch of Cheerios.
Heck yeah.
Bunch of Cheerios. I'm assuming we're on all the keys. We have Manifold Key, Voltaic Key. Is there one I'm missing?
Are they on Dramatic?
No, I think those are the only 2. Or there's Galvanic Key, but that's a 3-drop, so I don't expect them to be on that one. They are on the Isochron Scepter. Did we miss Dramatic Reversal?
Dramatic Reversal is in the list.
Yeah, so they are on ISO-Rev.
They are not on Aetherflux. They are instead, it looks like, potentially doing the like a Codex Shredder type line.
Oh.
And a Grinding Station line.
Okay. Yeah. That's interesting.
So that makes way more sense why they are finding ways to like re-put stuff back in, like the Time Twister.
Yeah.
Put everything back in because
but then you're a Time Twister.
Everybody else.
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting.
So what are we doing?
Don't
Obviously, there's Breach. There's Grinding Station.
Oh, maybe that's what they'll do. They'll just Tormod's Crypt. They'll just Tormod's Crypt.
Loop Tormod's Crypt and be able to exile.
They're going to draw so many cards. This is actual Solitaire.
Oh my god. That's wild.
I do like the inclusion too of like the Words of Wind.
Yeah.
Yeah, this card's funny.
Okay, that's funny. That's funny how this works. Okay. But you may have found the secret sauce of this deck.
This deck is hilarious. This is actual Solitaire.
But it is cool to see Joyra kind of pop back up because this is a deck that people thought would resurface a little bit whenever Dockside left and things like that. So seeing it placed in the top 16 here, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
so,
her showing why she's the real weather-like captain.
Stop it. So anyway, congrats Tim to 10th place here. All right, in 9th place we have Big Bear on Atali, the Chunky, with 2 wins, 2 losses, and 2 draws.
Dinosaur go beep beep. Yeah. This looks
like an Atali list.
Yeah, this is a little bit different. I've been looking at like this is kind of terrible. I've been comparing a lot of Atali lists to like Pigeon's list. This is just slightly different. Pigeon's got a couple more creature like hate bears in the deck to like stop things like Drannith, like things to kill Drannith. This one looks like it's opting to be just slightly more stacksy with like the Wandering Archaic and stuff like that. But still, I think that this is a fun way to play the list. I do notice that this is not on the version that we covered the other day that was on like the Defense of the Heart or whatever.
Yeah.
Yep. So not on any of those like other alternative win cons and combos. But yeah, I agree with you. I think that for the most part, this looks like an Atali list with the potential to do the Dualcaster Twin Flame stuff. Other than that, are you seeing anything that's like...
There's a new card in here from Final Fantasy that I don't think was on our previous list. This Lifestream Blessing. It's a 6-drop for 4 colorless and 2 green. At instant speed, draw X cards where X is the greatest power among creatures you controlled. as you cast this spell. If the spell is cast from exile, you gain twice X life, and then it has foretell. So, I mean, being able to rip this off the top, if Chunky is your biggest thing, drawing 7 cards,
Yeah.
refilling your hand, and gaining 14 life, not bad.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good. Let's see, Bolt, the Rending Volley I like because that does still get rid of Draenith. The Delayed Blast Fireball probably also gets rid of a ton of threats if you need to.
Absolutely, yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's there's the Panharmonicon again.
Yeah.
It's a chunky list.
Yep.
It is a chunky list.
It is le chunky.
Now, have they been on this Chandra?
Yeah. A lot of lists have been adding the Chandra. So
okay.
But yeah.
Cool.
No.
All right, congrats to Big Bear on 9th place. All right, in 8th place, we have Brandon Vallada. I don't know. I'm going to say that's what it is. On Francisco Thrasios with 2 wins, 1 loss, and 3 draws.
I like his picture. It's a Psyduck.
Is this Psyduck?
It's a Psyduck.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's
it looks like a Psyduck holding a... I can't tell if it's a boot. Oh, it's holding a wallet.
What?
I was just curious.
All right, let's take a look at this list. So
it looks like it's doing the Aboro stuff, but instead of opting to run.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah,
I kind of like that.
Yeah.
So we have like a turbo cradle. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Like not just with the Aboro, but the Biomancer's familiar in there. The Springheart Nantuko. We have Cloud of Fairies, Ewit, so I'm assuming there's some loops in there. The Displacer Kitten. Okay, so this is actually kind of a different list.
Very different. No Ballista. So they're not trying to do the crazy Francisco Ballista type.
No, but I kind of like that. I kind of like being... So you're doing Sultide Turbo Cradle things.
Yeah. You're just trading some of the free spells that Roger gives you to instead like have universal tutors and things like that in the deck.
Yeah.
Which I honestly think that makes a lot of sense. And it still grants you and it grants you access to a potential to a Thassa's Oracle package.
Yeah.
If absolutely.
They're on the Sylvan Scrying, but no Malevolent Rumble, from what I can tell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Really high on the interaction.
Yeah.
Like, are they ad nausing? No, it doesn't look like it. That'd be interesting if they were doing ad naus on top of all of this.
Are they necroing? We haven't even looked to see if they're necroing. No necro.
No. Huh. So yeah, I mean, this is a pretty cool list. I like this because I think we were both looking at this and being like, oh, this is the Walking Ballista Francisco stuff. No, this is Turbo Cradle, and I guess it works. We haven't seen this variant of a Turbo Cradle. Like we've seen Rog Thras, we've seen Dog Thras, now we have Bird Thras.
Yeah. Wow, that's actually really cool because like even if you do get stopped with like the Aboro for some reason, you can just Agatha and you're still
the Aboro and then continue the loop.
Yeah, that's so dope. This is really cool. I like this version of the list. I really like this. I think I honestly like this one.
I think I do too.
Heck yeah. Is there anything else?
Are there any other pirates?
Pirates? I don't think so. I think you're just
that's
running.
not the relevant part. It's just there for the color then.
Yeah. Honestly, one thing that I do, I'm trying to think, is there any combo that we're seeing that would go with Francisco? Because like I said, like the Ballista is typically the line that you're doing with this. I wonder if it would make more sense to rather than Francisco, maybe just because he's so low to the ground. I wonder if there would be any reason to potentially just run Armix rather than that, because like you can technically just put the things in the graveyard that you want to put in there. But I don't think it doesn't really matter. Just I think that regardless, like this list is actually pretty cool.
Yeah. No Cloudstone.
No Cloudstone Carrier. Yeah. I mean, I think that seems fine.
But I think it makes sense. Whenever you don't have access to a 0-drop commander, you might not include that. You probably just have the Cloud of Fairies blinking through the Displacer Kitten type stuff. It looks like just draw the whole deck in Sultai colors and present a more definitive win with Thassa's Oracle.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool. I like it. I like this. It's different from what we have been seeing, so that's pretty neat. So, congrats, Brandon, on 8th place with Francisco Thrasios. All right, in 7th place we have Zachary Fitracus.
Glad you say
Correct us. Correct us on Edgar, King of Figaro, with 2 wins, 1 loss, and 3 draws. What?
I'm just
Oh
glad that
my.
you have to say it.
You know what? You lost. You should have to be the one to say
Fuck
something.
that, dude. You're asking a lot. No.
Okay, so this is a list that we have not seen ever.
Mm-mm.
No, so this is completely new. Remind me again? Was this the card that you corrected me on in
No.
the set review?
Yeah, this is the one I corrected you. I did not send you this card. I sent you the card that goes with Golbez, the one whenever you play
The
artifacts.
Surveil, you draw a
Surveil.
card. Yeah. Yeah, so whenever so it looks like 6-drop 4/5. When this enters, draw a card for each artifact you control, and then two-headed coin. The first time you flip one or more coins each turn, those coins come up heads, and you win those flips. Huh, that's interesting. But I mean, right away, what we can kind of see in this, we're on Jace Wilder and Mysteries. We're on the Lab Man. I'm not seeing the Thassa's Oracle, so I'm assuming it's almost kind of like an Urza's play pattern, or at least with the polymorph version of Urza at times, where you are getting rid of your entire library and then you're waiting for those to kind of trigger, so that way you can win the game that way. He's on Displacer to draw a bunch of cards, Hullbreaker Horror, Tidespout Tyrant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you can net infinite mana and then just continue to drop this thing down, you're going to draw through your whole deck. So, I mean, this seems like a pretty...
Why is this not an Atali card?
What is it?
Geode Golem. Trample. Whenever Geode Golem deals combat damage to a player, you may cast your commander from the command zone without paying its mana cost.
Probably because Dino, like, Atali wants to go a little bit faster than that. That's like a wait, then a swing. And then...
Fair enough.
So... I don't know. I think that probably makes sense. But I mean, I definitely think that I can see what you're saying. Yeah.
So yeah, it looks like we have a bunch of artifacts. I'm seeing the Ethereum Sculptor and the Foundry Inspector again. So I'm assuming that we have some top stuff down at the bottom. He is on the Valley Flood Caller with the Banishing Knack and Retraction Helix. So doubling down on that combo line.
Nice.
A lot of interactive pieces between your counter spells. He's on Trickbind, Resculpt. Yeah. We see Mana Drain here. Dramatic Reversal there. So I'm assuming we might also see the Isochron Scepter in this.
Yeah, 32 artifacts.
Holy shit. Yeah. The Aetherflux is there. There is Mystic Forge.
They are on ISO.
They are on the Isochron Scepter. They're on the One Ring with all the keys, I think. So there's the Voltaic and the Manifold Key. Graph Diggers and Curse Totem. Pithing Needle. Disruptor Flute. A lot of just slowing the game down.
Yeah. I mean, I think you would have to in mono blue anyways, unfortunately. Like, you've got to find a way to get to the late game, especially with a commander that costs this much.
Yeah. I mean, this is a neat list. I mean, it's similar to Urza in a way, because you're playing stacks pieces, but you're not playing stacks pieces that you can really like get around. They do end up being more asymmetrical for you, so they work effectively. You just eliminate very specific threats with the Pithing Needle and the Disruptor Flute and the Phyrexian Revoker, and it looks like you just draw into a bunch of things that you can cast really quickly and efficiently. And you use Displacer Kitten to flicker the Edgar to continue drawing through your deck. And if you have the Lab Man or the Jace already out, you just win.
Yep. That sounds pretty good.
The Teferi there to kind of continue locking people out. So you can kind of utilize that to flash it in at someone's end step and then go into your turn. And then you have a protected win.
That's cool. This is a cool deck.
Yeah, this is neat. I think this was cool to see here. So congrats, Zach, on 7th place with Edgar. All right, in 6th place, we have Ben Brenner on Blue Farm with 2 wins, 1 loss, and 3 draws. Let's see what we got here.
This is already weird as fuck. Stitcher Supplier, Boss Sim, Warren Soul Trader.
Okay.
Yeah, I am interested already.
Okay, so what I can kind of tell, most of it is a pretty standard package. The Boss Sim is probably something there to get additional card draw and be able to sneak damage through and get Tymna triggers. I would say the Stitcher Supplier is probably more of a thing to continue fueling your graveyard.
Probably.
So here's what I'm going to speculate. It probably works really, really well with Delny. So you double down on the ETB and the death trigger. and then you pair it with the Warren Soul Trader, and then you are able to actually get it back through unearthing it through Underworld Breach.
Mm.
So you're kind of utilizing it as a mini brain freeze, is what I'm guessing, but it's harder to counter that.
It's like a weird grinding station.
It's a weird
but it's
grinding
all
station.
creature grinding station.
It's all creature grinding station, but you continue to make treasures, and you use the treasure to cast it. And you're not only are you milling 3 when it enters, you kill it to the Warren Soul Trader, and you mill another 3 while making a treasure.
Yeah, but you lose the treasure, so you net nothing each time.
You net nothing, but you put 6 cards in the graveyard.
I agree. That's
to
true.
dig for whatever you need.
Yeah.
So that is kind of neat. Plus, it is another tutor or it's another target you can get with the Ranger Captain.
Oh, that's a good point.
So that's kind of cool. It's definitely interesting and neat tech.
Angel's Grace, love it, love to see it.
Never mind, don't want to talk about this deck anymore. I'm sorry, but you chose Angel's Grace, and I can't condone that.
I condone it. I am here for this. It looks like the instant package is pretty much
spot on to what we're used to seeing.
Yeah, just no Nas.
The artifacts. Is there anything that's
no? I think that those are typically the talismans people are playing if they're going to play on One Ring.
They're on Veridity Circle.
Fuck yeah, dude. Okay, I want to know how this went. I think that this card's neat. I don't know that it's great. Ya and Kyle covered this card on That's a Good Card, and I don't know if y'all know this or not, but that's a good card.
That's a good card. Fair enough. Okay, so I mean, this is a pretty spicy Blue Farm list. It's different.
Very much.
I kind of like it. What I like about it in particular is that you have these creature synergies that work well with what the deck is trying to do, and is a lot more difficult to interact with because it is creature based. So yeah, that's cool.
I do like the fact that if you are in the middle of a breach, every time you're recasting that LED from graveyard to do the loops, Bossum can technically draw you some cards and
read the rest of it.
What do you mean?
Once per turn.
I fucking hate this card.
Trust me, I know. Plague Sisay, I know. But one thing I do think that kind of is interesting is the fact that because they are on Bossum, and so they're on with Bossum, Lotho. Are they on Bergie? I don't see Bergie.
No,
but
no
Bossum,
Bergie.
Lotho, Delny, and your commanders, they're not on the Mox Amber. So,
good.
Interesting pointing out. But yeah, interesting Blue Farm list. I like it. Congrats on 6th place, Ben. Okay, so before we get into our next one, our 5th place is actually Anton Kaplan. Based off what Top Deck has given us and EDH Top 16, there's no deck list currently on here.
It does look like they did really well.
But they did really, really well. So let me look at their record. So yeah, 3 wins, 1 loss, and 1 draw in 5th place. So I hate that messed up. But Anton, if you see this video, drop your deck list or let us know what you were playing down below. And if you've made it this far and you have enjoyed some of these decks, or we've missed some of the things in these combos, or just want to tell us that we don't know what we're talking about with some of these decks because we didn't talk to the people that actually play them, let us know in the comments down below. So with that being said, we're going to keep moving on. So in 4th place, we're on the actual Weatherlight Captain with Malcolm Beckford playing Sisay with 3 wins and 4 losses.
Alrighty, Sisay Pilot, you take it away. Tell me what this deck's doing.
Okay, let me look. Let me take a look here. This is interesting to say the least. Okay, let me get through this and really kind of figure out what the fuck is going on with this list. Hold on, are they on what I think they are? No. Okay. Huh. Okay, so they are on some pretty traditional Sisay creatures with your dorks, your legendaries. They are including the Boston, which kind of comes in and out, but as far as the 2-drops go, Kennen, Lotho, Tataru is making a place here. They're on Magda. Yeah, that's the part that I was like, what is going on?
What the
So this list is kind of all over the place. So they are on Tameo, which this is the flip
Planeswalker.
Does it flip into Simic?
It flips into Simic, and the ultimate basically says you can draw half your deck.
Okay. I don't know why that's important here for Sisay, but they're on Tyvar to be able to make use of your dorks and everything right away. They're on Teferi, who slows the sun, which is actually really good. Because then you can actually untap the things that you need to do to keep going, but its ult is basically a Seaborn Muse. So that's not too bad. But what are they trying to do? It looks like they're trying to make just a fuck ton of treasures between Magda, Taru, Lotho, Kellogg. Probably to get activations that way. I mean, they're on Knuckles. If anything, this is a Sisay pilot that went, I see Knuckles, I want to win with Knuckles. Because they are on all these effects between, the Lotho, the Tataru, Magda, Kellogg, Campbell, probably Felia as a way to flicker the Tataru and get more treasures that way. They are on all these effects to make treasures. And they are trying to win with Knuckles.
Dude, that would be hilarious.
To do
Emil, Derevi, and then Magda, and just untap. Make a fuck ton of treasures.
And then win with Knuckles. I think that's what they're doing here. That feels exactly what they are doing. When a creature you control attacks, put a charge counter, remove a charge counter. Okay, so that adds more mana. I'm trying to see what other things. I think that's what they're doing.
That's cool.
They are, and they're probably neoforming just for Knuckles. So that way they can do what they need to with Sisay, say fuck Sisay, and just go get Knuckles and win.
Secret Commander Knuckles.
That's pretty sick. I think, but I mean, I mentioned those. I forgot about the Professional Facebreaker. What is this deck doing?
This is Sisay treasure tokens.
Apparently, they're trying to revitalize Dockside.
I like this.
But they're on Bomberman.
Yeah.
They're on Bomberman combo in this.
You do make infinite mana, so then you can just go Sisay.
You don't need cards in hand when you go Bomberman.
No, you just make infinite. Is there a payoff for the Bomberman mana? Anything in the deck that you see? No, I guess not. Fuck it. This is cool. I like this. I respect this list.
What is this list doing?
We don't have to know.
They're on Displacer Kitten. This is a bunch of wild shit. I tell you what. Are they on?
Look at that, the Druids Repository.
Yeah, and they're on the Fairy Mastermind Kennen with Smother
Hell
Tide.
yeah, dude.
So
I respect it.
This list is wild. They are trying to win with Knuckles, and that's hilarious.
Hell yeah.
That's so fucking funny.
I respect
All right. Congrats, Malcolm, on 4th place here with Sisay. With Knuckles, Weatherlight Captain. All right. So in 3rd place, we have Chris Mack with the Wandering Minstrel on 3 wins, 3 losses, and 1 draw.
All of these decks are so artifact centric today.
This one is not. This is not. This is a Hidden Commander Lumra.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically what this deck is trying to do, from what I can tell, it is utilizing the Lumra combos in 5 colors, with having Wandering Minstrel in the not in the 99 in the command zone to be able to have those lands come into play untapped, and do some funny things.
Hell yeah. I like the Fairy Mastermind as a way of like if you can make infinite mana, just draw everybody out. Um, Lotus Cobra seems really
Is
good.
Endurance up here too?
Endurance?
No.
Nope.
Interesting.
Typically, it's not going to matter. You'll like if you. I'm trying to find Vesuva or whatever.
Vesuva.
Let me look. I gotta go to the lands because this is a lands deck. Are they not on Vesuva?
No, they're not on Vesuva. I
Are
mean,
they on?
they're on the Shifting Woodlands. That's the main land combo piece with the Aftermath Analyst.
Oh, dude, they're on Mount Doom. That's a cool little.
Oh yeah,
that's neat.
Yeah, why would you not? You continue to like it literally is like how Sisay is, where you make a bunch of mana and pump it in the middle ability, and then in this case you're gonna sack the land, bring it back, and then continue doing it.
Well, that's what I was trying to say is like if you have Vesuva, what happens is like well, I guess that requires more because you need a Shia and other stuff to turn. Yeah, never mind. You essentially, in the typical Lumra list, you're going to have a Shia, which turns Lumra technically into it technically turns Lumra into a land. Vesuva can come in as a copy of Lumra. It gets sacrificed, whatever, but to the Legends rule, and then it will just create infinite copies of Lumra as it comes back from the Lumra ability, which you just know your whole deck.
That's cool.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like. I mean, this is 5 colors, so it doesn't look like that's necessary. I guess mono green, it would make more sense, but yeah, this is interesting, dude.
That's cool. What is a neato list?
Squandered resources definitely makes a ton of sense. I want to throw in like Rain of Filth.
Yes, they are. Yep. So yeah, having a lot of ways between the Rain of Filth, the Squandered Resources, the Sylvan Safekeeper, just all those ways of being able to sack your lands. It looks like they are. I don't know if you can actually do it unless you have a way of continuing to draw cards, but they have access to the 6 Life and Long LED line in this. So I guess you could kind of do that through Gitrog.
Oh yeah.
You can utilize that combo through Gitrog.
Makes sense.
So that's cool.
Damn, this is a cool list.
Yeah. So congrats to Chris on 3rd place.
Go ahead.
All right. In 2nd place, we have Michael Punj. I'm going to say that's how I'm going to pronounce it. With Y'shtola, Knight's Blessed, with 4 wins, 1 loss, and 2 draws. Kicking ass in Asper.
This deck has continued to pop up, and I'm definitely here for it.
I think we were wrong about it. Whenever we first
I did not say that it was going to be good.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it's continued to put up numbers as a kind of more creature-heavy Esper list, for sure.
A little less heavy than Rafine, but a little more heavy than most Esper lists, for sure. Yeah, the last time we covered it, a lot of these all look the same. I think the Saracen was also in there.
Yeah.
The Papalemio, or however you say it. I think that one.
Papalemio, Totalio, Limo, whatever.
However you say it, that one makes sense. All the other stuff looks the same. Thassa's, Delny, all this stuff. Tandem Lookout, I believe it was even on that. Drawn Limvala, it was on. I don't know if the other one was on Shieldred or not, but that definitely makes sense in my opinion. Like to one, be able to gain more life, and then also to be able to like drain people. Like you're pretty much like you're already setting yourself up in a good spot for like one, people to lose life, but also if they have draw engines on board, you're guaranteeing that you're going to get that extra draw from like the Y'shtola. You're already getting life gain from it, and then you get even more life gain from the Shieldred. So I bet if this deck is nosing, I bet this deck noses like crazy. I haven't looked to see, but
probably.
It does not nose.
Is it a peer? Is that a peer?
Nope. Does not peer. Does not necro. I guess it's just incremental value, man.
Yeah, I mean, you triple down on the curiosity effects with the tandem, the curiosity of Ophidian Eye, Helm of the Gas Lord. That's we're quadrupling down on those effects. That's kind of interesting to see here.
That's so good.
There's Blood Chief Ascension. Was there a Mind Crank? Nope.
Dang, this is cool. I like this list. This list is cool. There's the Submerged tech you kept telling me to put in.
I know. It's popping up in an Esper list now. You might as well do it.
I might have to.
So yeah, I mean this is cool. It's displacer, yeah, display, and it has displacer kitten to fairy in here, just to draw through your deck that way and then being able to win. That's neat.
1, 2.
Delney as a way of doubling on the Y'shtola triggers and then having Tandem Lookout and all those effects to draw more cards.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
That's so good.
That's correct.
This is really good.
That's stupid.
I might have to put a Y'shtola list together just to try it out.
Might have to. Fuck.
That'd be fun.
So, all right. Well, congrats, Michael, on second place here with Y'shtola. All right. In first place, I've never heard this name before. I don't know who this guy is. This is a new one to the scene. In first place, we have Ian Flannery on Loot the Pathfinder with 4 wins, 0 losses, and 3 draws. I don't know who they are, but they did pretty good.
They did good.
Yeah, so we have Comedian in first place on Loot.
You lied to me. You didn't know.
I did know.
No.
Oh, man.
You've played Loot, so I'm going to let you explain.
I have not played Loot.
I thought you played Loot.
No, I have not played Loot. I put a Loot list together, but I've not played Loot.
Well, dang. Well, then you still explain it.
You still want me to explain it?
Dude, I don't know what the hell Loot's doing. I just know food chain, make a mana, like get through some of your mana, deal damage, kill the table.
I mean, that's pretty much all you gotta do. It's pretty good.
Turns out I know
that's
Loot
pretty
is.
self-explanatory. Now, so kind of looking here in our creature packages, it looks like what he's trying to do, and I'm sure he'll put out a video trying to explain most of this. A lot of ramp in here, probably to get out to loot faster, having Displacer Kitten to be able to flicker the loot and be able to continue doing the exhaust triggers even after you've exhausted them. Being able to continue the loops through the food chain and squee lines. I think that it's really interesting that he is on the Clever Impersonator, Con Sphinx, Hullbreaker Horror, but Hullbreaker, I mean, you can kind of continue those lines as well with loot because he does have haste, so that way you can kind of continue doing whatever you need to. Like the thing with loot in particular is that he is the win con in the command zone. Like you can just make infinite, like you don't even have to make use of the blue effect to draw more cards. You can literally just through the green continue make infinite mana of all the colors that you want, and then continuing the same process, and then dumping the red to basically shoot the table and bolt them each time. I am kind of assuming here that 6 and Colossal Sky Turtle are probably more of just ways of protecting your food chain and being able to like get it back from the graveyard whenever you need to. I'm trying to think if there's any. Same thing with the Ewit. Okay, this is interesting. In his sorceries, he's actually on the Malevolent Rumble. And again, that might be just a way of kind of trying to dig deeper and see if we can hit the food chain, especially since we're on like limited color pairs. Like there's limited tutors to get enchantments in this color pile. So being able to have access to that to look a little deeper, same thing with the stock up, and being able to go, okay, is it in this pile? Nope, next. Is what I feel like he's trying to do with this. Yeah, a lot of interaction.
I like the Retraction Helix for the Valley Flood Caller. That seems good.
I think having Commandeer here is interesting. But maybe just being able to steal someone's like value engine early game. That could be, especially like being able to early game if you have to. I don't think he's on the Essence Flux, but the fact that he's on Blur and he's on Ghostly Flicker, like those are 2 pieces to be able to flicker the loot and then be able to continue doing whatever you need to. But if someone turn 1 Rhystic Studies, you can commandeer it and pitch those 2 pieces and almost be kind of inconsequential to your game plan. So I like that.
Yeah. Artifacts look good.
All right, yeah, artifacts look good. I mean, nothing too far-fetched within that. I mean, you have all the rocks that you want, all the 0 drops. Not on all the talismans, but at least the main ones, the blue ones. So that way he's able to continue interacting here. And the One Ring, I think One Ring is probably just fine here, especially if you were able to flicker it if you had to, and kind of like especially with the ghostly flicker,
Mm-hmm.
you can actually flicker the one ring and then reset the counters and draw more cards and not hurt yourself too much. So
Mm-hmm.
that's kind of cool. The enchantment package, I feel like that's pretty, like, again, it's like a standard package, what you'd want to see in these Timber colors for loot in particular. You have the food chain as a combo piece, Ristic, Fish, and Sylvan as ways of being able to continue drawing through your deck and see more cards. Wild Growth, make more mana, especially since loot is a 5-drop commander and you need one of each color pips.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Underworld Breach, was he on Brain Freeze? Yeah, he's on Brain Freeze. He's on the LED. So it looks like even if you're not able to go into the loop plan, you're good. He is probably going to try to just Brain Freeze the table out.
Yep.
From there. Yeah. And then he's on Dualcaster. Was he on? And he's on Twin Flame. Yep. And that's another backup win line.
Easy peasy.
Yep. Twin Flame, not Molten Dupe. Interesting.
I don't know.
I guess if you had to, that would be the combo that, like, if you go for an Underworld Breach line, like, you can assemble that during your main phase and then be able to breach until you hit the Dualcaster and the Twin Flame, and then be able to just go to infinite Dualcasters and swing out from there if you had to. I'm sure there's some other lines in this because it's Ian and he's so good at this game. It's ridiculous, but he probably has other lines that we are not seeing currently in this. Like, there's Shifting Woodlands in here that we hadn't even really gotten down to the lands, but obviously, like, if you have Underworld Breach in the graveyard or you have Food Chain in the graveyard, you just turn the Shifting Woodlands into those. And like, this just seems like it's a Timmer, very resilient, like, Food Chain list.
Seed of the Sun on. I don't know what that's for, but
there's got to be something with artifacts then, right?
Yeah. I don't know, but it's like you said,
I think if anything, he probably just has it in there as, hey, this is is he on the other ones?
I don't think so. Just
okay. So I would say he probably is on Seat because he's really high on his interaction. And that's all blue. So he wants to make sure he's hitting that color. And that's kind of a telltale sign with his talismans. And then Seat it turns on your Mox Opal.
Mobile.
Yeah, it adds the artifact count. So that way even if you have, Mox Opal and a Lotus Petal down, you're not having to, you can actually make use of your Opal right away instead of having to sacrifice the Lotus Petal for something in that instant.
Interesting. That's cool, though.
It's a good list. You can't argue with it. It's a good pilot. Congrats, comedian, on your win here at this event.
Oh, so what do we think overall for everything?
Lot of Final Fantasy decks.
Yeah,
a ton of Final Fantasy commanders within this, but it's Final Fantasy commanders with a pretty decent spread in what we've been seeing with Kennen, Blue Farm, TNT, Sisay, so on. I think it just continues to prove that right now in the format, it really is like yeah, there are a lot of really good things. Hey, that's got me excited right there. He's flipping through this, and 41st is Flubs. That's the deck we need to look at. That should have won, damn it. But I really do think that even though we're in this mid-range hell and the really good enchantments are really good enchantments, I think that it also really comes down to Brewer's advantage.
Yeah.
At this moment, that's what we're starting to see, even in some of these really standard lists. Like, I wish we would have seen what the 5th place list was, but like this Sisay list that we took a look at that made 4th, it was wild all over the place. Mm-hmm. Like, that was even something that came up in my games of, like, for a couple weekends ago, like, what is this Sisay pilot trying to do? This is a very different list, but it's badass to see. This Edgar list that we looked at, even though it's mono blue and has some pieces that we're used to kind of seeing in mono blue, like, that's cool. People are going to expect this. Mm-hmm. The Francisco Thrasios deck that we looked at, like, that is very different compared to what we are used to seeing for that list. And so, yeah, I think that we're even though we're still in the mid range and people are trying to figure out how to go faster, I think that we're starting to see more and more decks pop up that are just Brewers Advantage and catch a lot of people off guard to place in the top of these events.
I'm just happy to see the like all the diversity, especially like we didn't cover a single duplicate list today. So like I think stuff like that's just awesome. The fact that it's wide open, people can play whatever they want, you can brew and do stuff. That's what I enjoy seeing from cEDH. So I think it's cool.
Yep, absolutely.
But I don't really have anything else other to say than like congrats to the pilots that did well, and honestly like it was just fun to cover some like unique lists.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was glad to finally get a win in rock paper scissors for once on the channel. Yeah. So
that didn't actually happen.
It did happen, damn it. You cannot take my win away from me. So if you don't have anything, I don't have anything.
Getting emotional.
I'm getting emotional again. Fuck you. Fuck you, buddy.
I'm gonna win with Knuckles, and then it's gonna fix all of it.
So apparently Knuckles is a Sisei card, not a Magda card. So
there you go.
So anyway, yeah, this was definitely a cool event to cover, and I don't know what events are coming up this weekend. So until then, if you enjoyed our list or we missed things that we covered in this, let us know in the comments down below. And if you like what we're doing, like, subscribe, and as always,
go play some cEDH.